Good evening, everyone, and blessed be. This is your host, Aries Starwind, and welcome back to another episode of Witchcraft After Hours. And this read has a very deep connection with me because many of you may not know this, but your host, Aries Starwind, used to be a male dancer back in the day. So why is that important? Because tonight's topic, why gay men are obsessed with witches. Yes, I used to be a male dancer, and I danced for many straight clubs, but I also danced for many gay clubs as well. So this topic is from Matt Baum, the contributor. He's a Seattle-based writer and storyteller. Let's go. Let's talk about witches, and more specifically why gay men love them so much. This week on the Sewers of Paris, a podcast that about the entertainment that changed the lives of gay men, my guest is Michael Price, a former Mormon who was convinced that his homosexuality made him wicked. Until the Broadway show Wicked showed him that wickedness is a relative term. Just like the witch Elphaba, he realized that being born into a circumstance beyond his control didn't make him a bad person. And he's not the only gay man to obsess over witches. They're powerful women who step outside their gender roles and wield incredible power. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut in here because there's also male witches, just to let you know. Let's keep going. Ordinary people don't understand them. They fear them, and when they're found out, they're thrown out of town, sent into exile, and if they're unlucky, burned on a pile of faggots. Oh, I get what you did there. I see what you did. No wonder gay men love witches. They're everything we could ever want to be, and they know our pain. Like us, witches must often pass as mundane humans. They slip into disguise, painfully cloaking their true forms in dreamy camouflage, like Angelica Houston in The Witches. Oh man, that's one of my favorite childhood movies. Let's continue. Or the time I had to wear khakis to a job interview. Witches might be invisible to mortals, but they recognize each other when they pass on the street. And under cover of night, in the company of their coven, they cast off the boring cloak of the day to dance and drink complicated frothing potions like Eye of Newt and champagne mimosas. Some witches are seductive, like Elvira, or maleficent, like Bayonetta. They're sexually uninhibited as a twink on Grindr, free of Puritan constraints about what's proper and what's polite. They know what they want, they know how to get it, and they can manipulate anyone with a promise of pleasure. Others can be hags like Madame Mim or Rita Repulsa, or the Wicked Witch of the West, or the nearest leather daddy in restraints and a flogger. They revel in the They revel in the monstrousness they fear that they instill. The greatest compliment you can give them is a scream. And sometimes they're both sexy and hideous, beautiful and monstrous. Like Ursula, the sea witch who consorts with eels, but reminds you not to underestimate the importance of body language. Ha! Witches are the eternal outsiders, and so they must learn to be fearless and brave. Rejection by society teaches them strength, and they become self-made, self-reliant, and self-confident. They're like Beyonce, but with a broom. I guess my point is, witches, if you're listening, it's time for us to team up. If we gay men join forces with your witches, we can conquer the puny humans once for all, taking over the world and ushering in a new era of amazing hats. Oh God, that was a shorter read than I believed it would be, but a very, very intriguing read nonetheless. I had a lot of fun reading that. So, well, one thing I guess I'll chit chat with you guys at the end of this. Yeah, so like I said in the beginning, first of all, that was an awesome read. I definitely enjoyed it. But yes, I am, many people always want to guess, what Aries is, people who know me personally. I am actually a straight male, but I have, because of Wicca, I believe I've become much more comfortable with my sexuality, with my sexuality. So, as a male dancer, I used to only dance at straight clubs, but then, as I became more comfortable with my sexuality, I realized, look, it's your body. It is what it is. If people love it, then people love it. If they don't, they don't. So I began dancing at gay clubs as well, because honestly, you as a male, you make a little bit more money at gay clubs. So I decided, hey, I'll dance at gay clubs as well, and I had no problem with it, and I was very open with it. But I could see why people would always question my sexuality. And I think this was a very important read, especially for, anybody in the LGBT community. I have great respect and honor and what's that other word? There's another word, but I have it all for you. I love all of you. And if you are into witchcraft and you are in the LGBT community, I hope you definitely enjoyed this read. So that was our read for this evening. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. Again, this is your host, Aries Starwind. Blessed be, Goddess bless, and I will see you all later on.